What's up guys, Noor here and welcome to Book of Showtime Subchapter 2. As always, subchapters are here to add on to existing arguments or cover topics that don't really warrant their own video. As always, be sure to leave a like and share with your friends. And if you have a topic you'd like for me to cover for Book of Showtime, leave it in the comment section down below or anywhere you can reach me on social media or the Book of Showtime Discord. So in Chapter 6, I went over my top 7 games of 2022. One thing I forgot to mention as to why I didn't give Ragnarok a 10 out of 10, I gave it a 9.8 out of 10. I feel that the companions giving you about 3.8 seconds to solve a puzzle before chiming in was outright annoying. It makes you wonder who the game was made for if they're going to be implementing this much hand-holding, but that's neither here nor there. Also, I wonder if Ragnarok coming out for PS4 was something they had planned all along, or if it was a reaction to how scarce PS5s were, because while the game looks and runs great, on a technical level, it could have been a lot better had it been designed solely with the PS5 in mind. But I won't hold that against the score too much, as I will always prefer more people playing games. Next, the barbershop questions. So my brother Weaver asked me these two questions a while back. Who would win in a 7-game series, the 2017 Warriors or the 2001 Lakers? And who wins in a 7-game series, the 1992 Dream Team or the 2008 Redeem Team, all in their primes? These are questions that are fun to debate with your friends, but as far as making a video dedicated to it, it would just be me dancing around the question and building up both sides before saying the newer generation would win. Yes, no one on the 2017 Warriors could guard Shaq, but on the other side of the coin, find me any team in NBA history capable of containing Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson, along with that stellar supporting cast in a best-of-7 series. You can't. You just can't. This generation of NBAs also play at a much faster and athletic pace than it was in years prior. The newer generation of players in the NBA would run laps around the stars in the 90s, and this applies to any sport over time, really. The players only get faster, smarter, and more versatile as the sport evolves. In any old gen versus new gen debate, it's always going to be the newer generation of players. And now to review some comments. The original 6 chapters were released on my main YouTube channel, but I re-uploaded them here and I made the originals private so you can't see these comments, so I decided to go over a few of them that really stuck out to me. In Chapter 1, we asked, is Curry the greatest point guard of all time? My friend Amy says, I always love hearing you talk about your passions, even if I don't always understand what's being said. Looking forward to more of this series. It means a ton, Amy, and thanks for supporting me all these years. As for Book of Showtime, that's one of my goals, is to turn people onto mediums they aren't familiar with, so even if you don't follow the NBA or if you don't play Overwatch, this channel can be something that turns you onto those things. In Chapter 2, we talked about the Raw Game of the Year winners. My friend Brian says 2009 should have been Assassin's Creed 2, no bias. Also, let me know if Link can catch Michael Vick. Never got into the Assassin's Creed games, but when it comes to sequels, to me, it's always about how large the delta is between games. And from what I've heard, Assassin's Creed 2 was a tremendous follow-up to its predecessor. And no, Link can't catch Michael Vick, but he can just send the feds to his house, so there's that. In Chapter 5, we talked about the worst Call of Duty of all time. My friend Cynthia says, the original COD 4 is still my favorite in the series with how the single player story was and how great multiplayer was at the time, and so simple to set up a group to play together. I feel like after the 360, everyone has no idea how to do a lobby system anymore. For least favorite Call of Duty, I will say Black Ops 3. Hated playing that game so much that I actually traded it in at EB Games after the first month of the game's release. EB Games is Canadian GameStop. Cold War, I disliked it and couldn't see why people loved it. I felt like it was a broken game that would crash all the time. Alright, so there's a few talking points here. I wasn't there for Call of Duty 4 in the heart of its multiplayer. I didn't get into COD until Modern Warfare 2 when I got my 360 for Christmas. But I remember borrowing COD 4, and man, playing the campaign, those missions feel iconic. Crew Expendable, Death from Above, All Gillied Up, Mile High Club. The campaign was insane. And yeah, there's no lobby system anymore in Call of Duty. It's really weird that they took out one of the best features in Call of Duty, was just kind of staying with that same group and really kind of going head to head, voting on maps. You know, it added to the experience. Black Ops 3, I was solely playing for the zombies as I wasn't too much into the jetpack multiplayer, and even though the campaign had co-op, that didn't save it from being awful top to bottom. The zombies, to me personally, in Black Ops 3 is a top 3 experience, no pun intended. Cold War, we already talked about. Zombies was great, but lacking maps, and the rest of the game stunk on a content and technical level. I'd personally only buy this if you're into the Outbreak mode, and even then, that's a hard buy. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, be sure to leave a like and share with your friends. Inshallah, I will see you in the next chapter.